Hello guys and welcome to the Mokey channel. Today we feature another deck profile here. This is the deck from my brother. Let's jump right into it. Let's show what he brought us today here.
Alright, I brought my version of Zoo Beatdown. Some picks might seem a little bit unusual for you guys, but I think personally that it works. For starters, I play 2 Manticores of Darkness.
So why do you play this?
First up, because it's a Beast Warrior. Has synergy with some specific cards I play in my build.
He's a
And
Beast Warrior?
he's a Beast Warrior.
Oh, wow.
He's a Beast Warrior.
Incredible.
And has synergy with some specific picks I have for the deck, which we will get into later. His Beast Warrior type is one of the things that actually matter for this synergy.
I always thought he's like Winged Beast.
No, he's not.
Wow.
He's Beast Warrior. And the fact that he pumps monsters into your graveyard also plays a role in the plan of the deck.
Right.
When you discard or put a monster from your field to the graveyard to special summon him from the
Right.
graveyard again.
Then go on.
Then next we got 3 Berserk Gorillas. Another beast type, 2000 attack points, huge beat stick, which is kind of the point of the deck, like swinging over with huge attack points, getting in as much damage as you can. And this beat stick gets really dangerous once he does piercing damage, which I will go into later. Next, 1 DD Assailant. Basically another huge beat stick, which also can get rid of problem cards like Jinzo, BLS, etc.
Alright.
Then we got 1 Despair from the Darkness.
So this is like a really unusual choice.
That's a really unusual choice. This is one of my GOAT protection cards and has one thing in common with the Manticore of Darkness engine.
So what does he protect? You said protection cards.
He protects against duo, mainly. And if my opponent plays card destruction or morphing jaw,
Right.
this also puts him to the field, which builds up instant pressure, which is good for the deck, because he's a 1700 beat stick.
Yeah, he special
And-
summons from the grave, right?
Right, when he's discarded from an opponent's card effect.
I see.
That's so you don't lose him against duo or card destruction or morphing jaw.
Okay.
That's pretty much the point and has synergy with one of my other tech choices. Speaking of tech choices, we got 3 Raging Battle-Ox.
What a tech choice. No, not really.
I see most Zoo decks playing Exerion for some reason, and I personally think that Enraged Battle-Ox is the better choice because he gives every beast warrior, and winged beast monster you control the ability to do piercing damage.
Also, Exerion is not gold format. Just want to make clear.
Yeah, the Exerion is not gold format, and in general, he is in pretty much almost every way the superior choice to Exerion in this build, because let's face it, you attack with Zoo Beatdown. That's the goal. You rarely go into the defense with this deck.
Yeah.
And he only has 100 attack less than Exerion.
I totally agree. He just lifts up the aggression so hard if you spam the board. He just puts goats in a so much worse position than just Exerion because he
Exactly.
makes every
Beast Warrior and Winged Beast
so strong.
He just gives you the ability to pierce with everything, or at least almost everything in the deck.
Yeah, let's go on.
That's 1 breaker,
Standard.
free spell and trap removal. The 1 tribe, another standard card, just gets rid of threats. Then we got 3 Bazoo.
Yeah.
That's a very important card for the deck. Bazoo allows you to banish monsters from your graveyard in order to raise his attack points. This is a crucial part of my build. This is something I very much rely on, this banishing effect. We will get into that later as well. But that 2500 beatstick together with the enraged battle-ox on the board, that's something you should really be afraid of, because 2500 piercing damage on a goat is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, also like this build, I have like my own Beatdown build, and I agreed Bazoo is totally the best card of this deck.
It's just you can't laugh at that. Then we got 2 pitch black werewolves. This is another beast warrior that it prevents your opponent to activate trap cards in the battle phase. So this further enhances your aggression with Zoo Beatdown. Like imagine a board where Enraged Battle-Ox, a Berserk Gorilla, and this guy is on the board. Yeah. All of them make piercing damage, and your opponent can't counter them with Saku or Mirror Force.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare. 1 DD Warrior Lady. This is pretty much standard.
Removal and
aggression. Yes, twin-handed Behemoth.
So this is like also really interesting.
This
like,
is a
people always ask why this card is actually limited on this list, and so many decks just don't use him. Why would you put him in a deck?
Firstly, because he's another special summon from the grave card. I think most of the viewers of you will understand where this is going by now. And secondly, he makes it easier to get Manticore onto the board. Even if he gets removed, you still get him back, no matter with what he was destroyed. Was it card effect or battle? He always comes back. It doesn't matter, but he comes back once. That's the only downside to this. And you get him back, and you can just tribute him to bring Manticore onto the board. So he's a really easy and safe tribute, and essentially getting more cards with what my spell cards will show.
And also he scouts out Saku and Mirror Forces and Torrentials.
Yes, that's another way to use him.
That's also a scout card.
It's just in so many ways useful in this deck. It's really insane sometimes. Then we got Harpier Lady 2. This is a winged beast with 1,300 attack points. It's not bad, but the really funny part is it negates the effect of flip effect monsters it destroys by battle. So if you swing with this into a face down, you can essentially make piercing damage and prevent them from using their flip effects, like Magician of Faith, Morphing Jar, etc. Cards which could potentially be game changing for the opponent.
Yeah.
This is basically the reason why she's in. So
also, like, not really a lot of people play this, but I totally agree that like I really like this card. A lot of people don't know about it, but it totally makes sense in a Beatdown deck with so many battle oxes to just main it, because it can be pretty good.
Next, standard, the Trinity cards. Pot of Greed, Graceful, and Delinquent Duo.
Yeah, no questions about this.
No explanation needed here. Then we got Card of Safe Return 2 times. This is where my Manticore choice, my Despair from the Dark, and my Twin-Headed Behemoth make a lot more sense. Because you can essentially chain Manticore of Darkness into infinity. Because if you discard a Manticore in your end phase and bring back the Manticore, you can activate the Manticore in the graveyard again to destroy the Manticore on the board and continue drawing cards, which allows you to go very fast through your deck and can further enhance your aggression and basically generate card advantage, or coming back from losing the card advantage against certain decks.
I see.
This is basically the idea behind it. We got 1 Rhoda. We play some warriors. Not so many that I would justify playing 2 Rhodas, but having the one in the deck is useful, and it just works. It just works. We got the Heavy Storm. I don't.
Oh my god, you played Beatdown and Heavy Storm. Amazing.
Amazing.
No, Yuki Nono just recently didn't play, where I was like, We don't need it. We OTK stuff, but we don't need it.
This is... I very much disagree with that statement. Heavy Storm is very, very crucial. Even if I have the Pitch Black Warwolf, face downs can still be a problem. Ring of Destruction, you do not need to use Ring of Destruction in the battle phase. It can be used in the main phase, and Torrential Tribute is still a thing. Those are still threats in the game, which you have to be prepared of. And saying Heavy Storm is not usable is just wrong. Cards like Card of Safe Return will be open on the field and will need the backup. You will still set traps then. This is not the only deck which mains cards like these. And Heavy Storm is useful against every one of them.
True.
I didn't really think that I needed to explain this, but that's just how it is. 1 MST, same reason, spell and trap removal. It's
easy,
important.
Easy explanation.
The One Nobleman.
Not enough space for a second one.
And I really don't feel the need to play a second one.
Because of Harpy Lady?
Yes. I feel like it's mostly bricking when I played a second one, because I tried, and it didn't really work out.
I see.
And here's where it comes all together. Dimension Fusion. This is what I've been talking about with Bazoo and setting up the graveyard with Manticore of Darkness. You want to banish what you've set up in your grave with Bazoo and then bring out one big return. Because imagine you have 4 monsters banished and you bring all of them back with Dimension Fusion. If you banished with DD Warrior Lady or DD Assailant, it doesn't matter. You can just re-banish because you can bring them also back. The threat will be removed instantly again, just for the cost of 2000 life points. But most of the time, you will be in the life points advantage with this deck because you just do a whole lot of damage with it.
Yeah, and you just don't care about card advantage itself. You just go for aggression, and then you remove the aggression cards from the graveyard, and then you just swing for one big damage, and the game is so fast over that card advantage just didn't make a difference in the long run. So you just win in the short run in this game most of the time.
Yes.
Because you just go on and hit stuff.
And that's what I've been explaining before with Card of Safe Return. It helps you seeing this card faster.
Yeah.
You get through your deck faster to get into Dimension Fusion.
Yes.
That's another aspect of it.
I agree.
1 Premature Burial. Brings back monsters, no explanation needed. Same goes for Call. This is pretty much standard trap stuff now. 1 Torrential, 1 Ring, the Mirror Force, and 2 Sakus because we are running out of space now, and this is a 40 card deck.
Yeah, and also like just Beatdown decks like to play multiple Sakus just to basically stop someone from breaking your aggression. Yeah, exactly. So just if you let's go into a top deck war, and if we do this, you're gonna lose because I will destroy you. Yes, I will. Because Saku. Exactly, this will happen. All right, I think that is the deck profile.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for coming to the Mokey channel, Rico.
No problem.
And I welcome you to the Mokey Legion. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys.